A very good afternoon to you, our viewers. You're welcome to another beautiful episode of our show, your show, The Roundtable, where we treat topics that are hitting up the polity. We analyze them, we dissect them, especially with the help of some of the very best analysts we have around. To my very left, I have a man returning for the very first time in a long time, and to my right, we have a regular. Sheikh Modwa is my name. To my left is Onwosu Nehemiah. Nei, as we shortly call him, is back, and to my right, you know him already with the glasses, no tie today, but the steez is on 100. Mr. Adekunle Aliu is equally present. Very quickly, let's go to what we have for you today. Let's open the dish. Let's begin to eat. The very first topic for this afternoon is the social media frenzy that began like a joke between Nigeria and South Africa, and right now it's becoming a good economic story. There's probably a good future story coming out of this crisis in quotes already. Nigeria was to South Africa. It started by a South African coming up to say whenever he's bored, he just likes to order for a ride here in Nigeria just to confuse the boat driver. And before we could say Jack Robinson, Nigerians decided to pay him back in his own coin. And it's crazy at this moment because the information we have online is saying that there's no boat available in South Africa. Some South Africans are trekking because Nigerians have decided to order all the boat cars in the country.
It is absolutely crazy. I saw it on Twitter this morning, and it's on X. Sorry, rather, I saw it on X this morning, formerly Twitter, and the frenzy was it was something else. You have situations where Nigerians will order for Uber ride from here, and I saw an image where a location, a map where you have those Uber vehicles being ordered at a particular location. All of them came to a particular location, and some few minutes later I saw another post that says that Nigerians should begin to order Uber vehicles straight to the airport, that we need to make them to pay parking fees at the airport venues. Very, very funny. They had to start ordering vehicles going to the airport. The next thing I saw online, some few minutes later, I saw you can order some crazy.
I think South Africa started this because very early this morning I saw when somebody on Facebook in particular was complaining that she was trying to actually order for real. I mean, all these online merchants selling and all. But that it was the South African guy that was chatting, and she was even wondering, she didn't even know what was going on. What is happening here? And it's Okazoko here, and it was really funny. And then I just checked that on X, the situation was the same, if not worse. Some were even ordering chickens to various venues. Somebody said he has ordered the TV and some other expensive thing to somebody's address somewhere, I mean, I think I should bring it to Mr. Adekunle and you. This is economic. It's like a joke, but this is some economic catastrophe. Yeah. Economists sit down and begin to analyze how much was lost in South Africa for a day, how much was lost, and then
that's the result I'm expecting to see at the end of the day. That look, how much has been lost in Nigeria and there. But again, you're not asking when did this beef started? Why do we do this banter or this destruction to one another? What is the economic value for it? We are not building it. We are destroying people's economy. Of course. The Nigerian guys they would have ordered, they would have taken their fuel is even expensive. They would have driven to somewhere and there is no way to get back.
There are journalists going for an assignment.
Just imagine. I think we should stop this kind of embarrassing banter that is not profiting for all. We are brothers. But again, you will now ask yourself, it's been long we've been going through this kind of banter on social media, quarrel between Nigeria and South Africa, and you ask yourself, what is the problem? These are two black brothers, what's their problem? But there is no day you wake up, you just see one thing about Nigerians against South Africa, or South Africans against Nigeria, and I ask myself, cut this thing short.
We may just wake up tomorrow or next and see so billion was lost, so million.
I'm expecting us to get that kind of a report, by tomorrow, like look, this is what was lost over this silly banter.
I'll bring it back. The unemployment ratio percentage for Nigeria and South Africa is close.
It's close.
200 million people with that kind of unemployment ratio. You just look at the percentage and then you break it down to the numbers in reality. Same for South Africa. a huge number of jobless people who will definitely have time to banter. What do you
Yes, I think this is a question for African leaders. It's a very, very big question for African leaders. We need to do more. They need to, we've been crying about this for a very, very long time. African leaders need to sit up. The unemployment in Africa is really, crippling the young people. Making them have time, devote time for unnecessary things. Not even making their lives individually to move forward positively. Because you can't tell me you have a lot of work to do. You even have work to do, and you will have time to come online and banter and do these
Destructive
things.
banter.
Destructive banter.
When
Thank you very much. And this is black against black, Africa against Africa. Now it deepens the division amongst Africans, which ordinarily it shouldn't be there. So we are talking about coming together as Africans, to seek solution to the ills of the continent. So this is not just a good thing moving forward for the economists.
All right, we just have to quickly talk about that because it's trending obviously, and we talk about matters that are affecting the polity. So we have to hit a quick nail on that chair or on that desk or something. I mean, when you just wake up and see certain things, you just begin to laugh and wonder why what's going on, why our people acting the way they are acting, and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, if you equate the whole thing, will be lost by hard-working individuals who just got pranked by some people who, different people. Somebody is thinking about food. People say the mother is thinking about food, the child is thinking about something else. All right, very quickly we hit the next topic. NNPCL. That is what it is now. NNPCL have come out to declare their earnings profit for the year 2023, and it's 28% higher than what it was in 2022. In fact, 700 billion is what that 28% is. Heavy monies, but still Nigerians are not satisfied because many people have come out to say break down NNPC before. They said they did some arrangement, it became NNPC hell, but Nigerians are still saying break it down. Let us see that company for what it is. There was a lot of noise by noise I mean social media people coming out to speak. That was the period when they brought out the vacancy and said there were jobs opportunities and all that. Not too long after, they are declaring the work profit for 2023, and it's already higher than what we have for 2024. Than 2022.
Yeah.
But the question is, there's a lot of issues on ground. Subsidy or no subsidy, they say they're not paying subsidy, they're only paying what's going on?
You should know that NNPC, first does not mine crude, or does not, what's the right word to use now? Does not produce crude.
But they are
they are regulators. Yeah. They go into joint partnership with those who do farm this crude out. Now, yes, they can declare profit, but the profit should benefit the people. You are declaring this huge, humongous profit, but out of it, what are we getting? There's still fuel scarcity. People can't buy, long queues everywhere. People can't afford it. Go to the road. We went somewhere on Saturday. The roads were empty. My brother was telling me, look how everybody's running. There's nobody on the road, no cars. Here we spend from here to Ikorodu. You just come back in 1 hour. You're already in Ikorodu.
Wow.
The road is free because people can't afford to buy fuel. Yes, I told you. I said 1 hour. I know when we left there. When my sister called me, I said, I hope you are home. I said, yes, the road is free.
Wow.
People can't drive because the PMS is expensive. You can't even get it if you have your money. You still have to go and waste your time.
It even depends on the location in Ikorodu.
You still waste your time at filling station to get this in. So what is the benefit of these humongous profits? What is the benefit to the people? What are they enjoying? Is it government that is okay, we are taking the money to build infrastructure, and so the infrastructure we don't see yet now? But again, they've made profit. Let them improve this system that we can get cheap fuel. We can get fuel when we want it. Not as if you are planning, you are driving to one station, you get there, you can't find fuel. So what's all this excitement about profit? To me, they've not made any profit. They're punishing the people.
Today is the 22nd of August. The time is 2:36 p.m. Nigerian time, West African time. Mr. Mele Kyari, the MD of NNPCL, told us some weeks ago that Port Harcourt refinery will be ready this month and I was not lying. That was the big caveat. Are we still to hold? We have 1 more week to go. By the end of next weekend, we are done with August. Do you think we should still hold him to his words, or is he lying?
As far as Nigerians are concerned, we will still keep holding it to his words. We've been on this trajectory for a very long time now. For the past few years, NNPC will come and tell us refineries will be ready at a particular time, and that time will come, it will elapse. They will come again, refineries will be ready at this particular time. This is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is not the third time. So let us just keep waiting again as usual. That is NNPC for you.
Quick one. Do you ever think this last promise of August 2024, I am not lying, do you think it's going to happen at now, as of today?
As a person, as a Nigerian, I have decided not to take
not to believe,
not to think whatever these people
whatever they are
say.
saying.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, you
take
take with the
it.
pinch
I
of
just
salt.
want, what I want is, I am not even interested in government coming out to announce we are planning to do this. We are planning to do this.
But again,
the announcement I want to
sorry,
see is the announcement I want to see is we are launching this, and we will see the tape being cut
tomorrow.
They will cut the tape
tomorrow.
Those are the kind of announcements I want to see.
We want a new refinery?
I want to see
evidence.
I want to see evidence.
Okay, quickly. August 22nd, 2024. The time is 2:38 p.m.
Yeah.
Mr. Mele Kyari told us that everything was going to be delivered as regarding Port Harcourt refinery.
Okay.
It was going to come on or before the end of August.
Yeah.
We have a week or so to go. Is it still coming? Should we still be hopeful?
As much
Is
as
that hope renewed?
As much as there will be human error, there will be fault, anything can happen. I think they should get their act right. If they say this, let it be this. They've been making these promises not 2 years ago. This contract to refix this refinery was done during the former President Buhari. So, and there has been hope. They've been shifting dates, shifting goalposts. I think it's high time to give Nigerians what they want. They want this refinery. We Nigerians want the refinery to work as at when it should work. And it's, for me, like yesterday, it should start working.
Will this one happen?
If it doesn't happen, it tells how lackadaisical, how unplanned, how unconscious, how they don't understand what the people are going through. Because it must happen now. We are suffering about fuel. We are really, really suffering. Let them know that. So you must make it happen. It must come.
All right. Fuel, as are now in Nigeria, sells between 950 naira to as much as 1,400 on black market.
Of course.
Black market are those boys that carry jerry cans by the roadside. Uncle, auntie.
Please buy.
In a country where we have crude deposited in our soil. I mean, what can we say about this menace?
Firstly, I would say it is shameful. It is shameful for a country like Nigeria. It is really, really shameful. The talk of these leaders in authority not in understanding what the people want. I don't like pushing those thoughts. Sure, you understand? I don't like pushing those narratives. The truth is, I will still come to say that these guys don't really care. Why? They don't feel what we feel. They don't feel what the pains the people feel, they don't feel it. So that is why you see them in most cases when this insecurity is getting to them. You find out one way or the other, you will see drastic security meetings that they will quickly do, at least to safeguard themselves from getting affected in these issues. Now, this particular issue does not really affect them, so they don't really, show that concern enough, and it is very, very appalling. You see long queues. People no longer take their vehicles out. Why? Because they cannot afford to buy fuel. Now we have these issues in the past, but people still have money, to buy fuel and go. But the problem we're having now is that there are fuel queues everywhere. People don't even have the money to buy fuel any longer. So they keep their vehicles at home, they start trekking.
My God.
And see, good governance is not rocket science. It's not rocket science. These people make it feel as if it is very difficult to achieve. It is not difficult to achieve. It is because they fail to do the right thing at all times. So this problem is problem that can be fixed within a short period of time if they really want to fix it. And this is what we have noticed. NNPC will come today, NNPC will come tomorrow and still give us the same story. Now you are announcing profits. How do these profits translate into bettering the life of Nigerians? This is our thing. Let us realize the crude, the oil, it is our thing. If NNPC that is in charge of, marketing our products is declaring profits, we as citizens should feel it. Where is the infrastructure? Look at our educational system. Look at our health system. Everything is crumbling. And NNPC is declaring profit. Where is this profit going into?
No, they should declare profit. They should.
Now,
because from crude oil, we have a lot of things coming up.
Yes,
PMS is just one.
Yes.
So, but why declaring this profit?
This is my question.
Situation.
This is my question now.
Give us new refinery. Why would NNPC build a new refinery?
Actually, if there's any Nigerian that says that he's not used to scarcity, kills, the person is probably just
must we be used to
probably
this
based abroad. So my point is, now that we are back here, when we assumed that the speech or the statement fuel subsidy is gone was going to take out all of that. That was one of the things why subsidy.
Yeah, that's
so that everybody can get it.
Yeah.
People can buy at whatever prices and all that. That means we eventually discovered one, subsidy is not gone. That statement was not true.
I still say
no. We have seen
because
we've seen over time now that there's no subsidy gone.
The last statement
we are not buying at the price coming from the international market. So there is no way subsidy was gone. That is one.
Yes.
That is a fact.
I don't want to argue with you.
No, that's a fact.
But again, you see the last statement they churn out that look, they are paying differentials.
And they said it's not subsidy.
And it's not subsidy.
Start from there. What is subsidy and what is differential?
Subsidy is what you use to augment something. You are paying subsidy for this. Now, in the process of bringing this fuel, recall that NNPC has partners outside the country. They could take crude out and do whatever they want to do and bring it in at a cheap price. There are so many ways to make it easy. They are the one doing it. I'm not. I'm just trying to
okay, so what is differential?
So now what we're saying is like, look, if at this cost, this is the cost of this thing. Okay, I'm going to pay you a differential. Okay, bring it in. I'll pay you a differential of this. Now, it might not be subsidy.
Okay, quick one. Is differential subsidy? Or is subsidy different from differential?
Now, the amount we buy fuel per liter in Nigeria now, I don't know if we should call that a subsidized price.
Is it subsidized with at that high cost?
Or that's where the problem comes
because
in.
So you see, if the price is
so if we look at the price today and say subsidy is not gone.
Subsidy is gone.
If we look at the price, if we look at the price today,
because if you look at the price, yes, it's gone.
We can equally say.
Ask me why. If I'm importing fuel,
okay,
I'll be paying a landing cost, because I'm bringing in the fuel,
yes,
but I'm taking out crude oil,
okay,
and I'm bringing in fuel for you. Get it right.
But is there? Are we?
So
paying,
I'm not. Sorry, we are buying fuel.
Are we paying? Is the average Nigerian that is buying 1 liter, 2 liters, 3 liters? Is he or she paying the amount he's meant to pay if you look at what is on the international market?
Exactly. At what is at the international market?
Is he paying what he's supposed to pay?
At the international market, recall that all these companies will also make profits.
No, I'm saying so, if the average Nigerian
if we're going to pay at that price,
yes,
recall that we are taking our crude out and we are bringing in fuel. So you don't know the magic NNPC is playing. No. I don't know.
Is the average
but what I'm saying is that
from the
subsidy is gone. Yes, we are not paying.
We are not paying.
We are not paying what they're supposed to pay.
Okay, so who is paying it for us, or are we?
So what we're saying is that up to now, as high as the price is, we are still not paying the exact amount we are supposed to pay if we are looking at the national market.
So who is paying it for us?
So what we're saying is that look, NNPC. What I'm saying is that NNPC is going out to bring this for at a cheaper rate for us.
Okay, so
but unfortunately, it's still very high. Now the differentials they are paying, me I don't understand the mathematics. Yeah. I'm not in that.
But somehow we are not paying what we are meant to pay.
We are not paying what we are meant to pay.
So somebody, a big daddy somewhere, is doing that payment for Nigerians.
What you're saying is that you want me to say something.
No, I'm saying we are getting help.
You want us to say I don't want to say we are getting help. Look at what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that look, I am taking out maize to bring in flour. So somehow
we are getting flour.
So somehow you are getting this thing somehow cheaper. You're not getting. If you ask,
okay, one question.
Yeah.
Since they can do this differential and make us not pay at the price of the international market.
Yes.
And we are paying at 850, 900. Now it's even 950 above.
Yeah.
Why can't they pay that differential to the sum of us paying 50 naira per liter?
Now, that is where you are not saying you want to put in subsidy because you want to crash the price entirely.
No, they should
so at that level, it will be subsidy.
Okay.
It will be like, look, let's augment this.
Okay, quick one, Nehemiah. He said it's differential. You did not even want to say which of the two.
I want to.
Okay,
I would
so
like to buttress.
Are we paying differential or subsidy?
I think it's actually the difference because if you look at the petrol landing cost,
yes,
petrol landing cost is about 1,170 naira, and we are buying fuel per liter for 950.
Yeah.
So, well, I might want to go with the fact that we are paying the differential.
Yes, beautiful.
Because it's just a bit. Yeah. It's just a bit lesser, but you know, this English language rigmarole and
Nehemiah. So because somehow we are not paying what we are supposed to pay.
Yes.
Somebody somewhere has paid for Nigerians.
Yes.
Big question. Since they can pay, they can reduce landing costs for us, and we are not paying 1.3 that we are meant to be paying per liter.
Yes.
1.4 or even as much as 1.5, depending on the naira to dollar ratio. Why can't they help us pay this differential so that we can be paying 150 per liter?
That is the
if
subsidy.
You can pay that one, cuckoo in Nigerian balance. Cuckoo pay the team now.
Remember, you want to.
No, I mean, are you getting the point?
Yes, I understand.
You are helping us. Okay, Daddy, help me now.
I understand.
Help me.
So he wants subsidy back.
Can't we do that? Because subsidy is back anyway.
I think what the government should look at is this. The government should really look into how these policies affect the common man, and definitely this is what if I say it all the time. I say it all the time that our government, our leaders should always put on a compassionate face, you know, when making policies and dealing with Nigerians. Now, you see that you make a policy and you see the extent it has gone, the pain it has brought to the people. There is nothing wrong in coming back to the table and taking a second look at that policy again. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Our people are crying, our people are in pain. That is just what I believe that the government.
All right, our producers are saying we need to move on.
No, but now. Before you move on.
No. The producer is hitting me hard. So I have to apologize to my producer. Now, very quickly, we move to food crisis that is already upon the Nigerian people. And then it gets worse because flood is already ravaging 10 states, not just 10 anyhow states that are involved in the production of food for the Nigerian people. What makes this interesting is that NIMET has told us that more and more rains are coming upon us. I think I should start with you.
Yes.
This is a very big matter. A big matter because flood is taking over the farms. The farmers already are being ravaged by insecurity, banditry, and a host of others. Now, the few ones that are going to the farms are being affected by flood. So if we have 100% of food being slashed to say 50% because of insecurity challenges, flood has come to probably take down 30%. How will Nigerians feed?
It's a big question and it's begging for answer. And sometimes you ask yourself, how are we going to make it? But again, this is the thing. Since we know that it's coming, so the farmers should be advised on where to farm and how to protect themselves from the flood. Then again, I think there should be a national flood to mitigate this flood when they come. Because you need to draw a roadmap. Look, fortunately for us, many of our farmers just go to the farm without direction, without navigation. They just farm. Any land you see, you farm. And this is where going to come from, maybe, and you wreak havoc to some of these farms. It's just pity. Then again, we should also give insurance. If we insure them, probably when this destruction comes, they will have something to fall back on and get us. But again, we need to feed.
Nehemiah, we have a train of problems on the Nigerian, on the Nigerian people, courtesy of everything that is before us at the moment. But this is the question: we have insecurity, we are managing fuel, we are managing long queues, but we cannot manage our hunger.
Yes,
that one there's no solution. You can still reduce your gen hours from 6 to 9 and just do 7 to 8 to watch your lovely show at night.
Of course.
But food, our 200 million population is going to drastically come down because they say it's food that we even anything.
Of
Food
course.
first.
Food first.
Food first. Any problem you're having, even when you are sick, you must eat. What can we do? Flood is coming to take the little percentage of farmers that are helping the Nigerian people. How do we go past 2024? Flood is coming August, September. Flood is in the front. So what do we do to stop, to mitigate this crisis?
It's a very, very serious situation. It's about 31 states.
Yes.
About 31 states on the verge of, at the risk of being ravaged by flood. And it has been an occurrence year in, year out. Fine, these things are, you can't run away from them. But what are the things that has been done, to make sure that, to prepare for these periods when they come? So it is unfortunate that we'll continue to read stories of, flood ravaged.
There is a particular community that we go to cover stories about every flooding time.
You go back there this year again. You go back there this year.
My colleague, we know, God forgive me, we already have friends in quote in our work friends that Coco we know that place.
That is the planning I talk about.
We are going there.
You know these things are going to happen.
Now, as a last year when this flood happened, the governor of that state
the governor of that state, I don't want to mention that state, the governor of that state that we always go for
came to that same location. That place.
I still have some of those pictures because I kept them.
Now,
I kept those pictures because I almost knew we'll be back.
Between that time and now, what has the governor done? To make sure that when these things happen,
I don't know what the governor has done.
When this thing happen again the next year,
what are the things? Our scientists,
thank you.
What are they doing? Our community planners, what are they doing?
Thank
it's not about government.
I know what all the people there are.
We need to look at it. It's a very big problem all over. So the drainages, the planning, the house building style. What have we done? The farmers, you see, farm here, and if you're farming here, this is how you farm because flooding will come this time next year. You farm like this so that the water will pass like. It's not a rocket science. Even if it's the rocket science, we build the rocket and go there and bring it.
So
what are we doing? That's what I'm saying about planning.
What you look at is this. It happened last year. Now, what the authorities, what have they done that is on ground as we speak? In preparation of, because government build centers where you can, when these floods happen, people can move there. They put heaps of, they provide food, they provide these things over there because definitely at the end of the day, people will lose their houses, they will lose their homes.
It's certain.
These things will happen. It happened last year.
Currently now we don't have enough food.
What has the government done? What the people in authority, what have they done to make sure that, they get ready for these periods? Because they know that whether they like it or not, these things will happen.
It will happen.
So what have they done, to prepare the minds of the people and, to orientate them? This is how you prepare. Please don't do this. Like a lot of people that dump refuse, maybe
on the
drainages,
on the road.
You orientate them. Don't make sure this period you don't drop this, you don't do this, you don't do this. This is what you should do. This is what we have provided for you. If the flood starts, please take your families, especially nursing mothers and children. Bring them to a particular place. This is where you will be. Food will be there. Just don't die in the flood.
Insure your farm.
These are the things. These things has to be put in place first, just to save the lives of the people. Then other things that the government need to do have it been done? This is 1 year. I'm very sure that from the incident that happened 5 years ago, I'm not talking about last year's own. I'm not sure the government have done anything, have put anything in place to mitigate these things from happening. It's just unfortunate.
You talk about how we're going to feed, and tears just dropped in my head because currently now we're having hunger crisis, we're having food insecurity. But unfortunately for us, we don't have enough in our silos. So the only way I think is like open your border again, begin to import.
Yeah.
Because the rain will ravage a lot.
Of course.
These farmers don't have anybody. Most of them don't, except those who are trying to do mechanized farming. This peasant farmers don't have anybody, no agric educator educating them on how to do their farming. They just go out and see a land and start farming. But you need, where are the agric educators? They should be educating them. Look, don't farm here. If you're going to farm this kind of crop, you grow. Flood will come and will not wash away. Those educators are gone. So how are we going to feed? We're going to open the doors again, open the borders.
I think
import rice,
it's just
import beans, import cassava.
I think it's sad. It's really sad. I mean, this is something that affects everybody now. I mean, you said something that politicians know how to do things that will affect. I mean, that will not affect.
That will
them.
not have, yes.
So since this is a matter of food and it involves everybody,
maybe hopefully something will be done
fast.
I think the best thing is open the borders.
We've always
bring
said,
in food.
I for one have always said, let them
bring in food, because
let's even crash the price.
Bring in food. Let everybody.
My pity is that when you open the border and you crash the price, you are going to suffer your own homegrown business.
The homegrown businesses are not being fair on the people.
Because if it's not fair, this economic style that this government is running is an economic style that can by fire grow your own.
But the guys at home have not been fair to the Nigerian people.
When you say fair, they need to begin to produce, because the more they produce, the more the profit for them, the lesser the price. Now, we are not producing enough.
Of course.
So because we're not producing enough, we are all haggling for that few one, and the price is up. So they are struggling also to meet. But when we can get mechanized that you can just bombard us with the rice, the price will come down, but they will still make their money. So we cannot say, okay, because we have enough rice, we are not only going to be eating jollof rice, we'll be eating maybe rice.
Fried rice?
No.
White rice?
Rice, Cocoa Pops, rice pop. There are a lot of things you can do with rice. It's not only fried rice, and you can do a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do rice cake.
We have to.
But because we don't have enough rice,
we have to.
We are streamlined to just eating only jollof rice.
Earlier in the week, news fizzled in that the NLC president, Nigerian Labour Congress president, Mr. Joe Ajaero, had been linked with terrorism acts, and that was unexpected.
Massive.
That was massive. I mean, not many persons expected that to happen. Immediately, the NLC came out the next day singing solidarity songs at their offices, addressing the press, and a whole lot of other things. Now, many persons have come out to say, Mr. Joe Ajaero, do you indeed have terrorism links? Were you sponsoring this or that? And some people have come out to say that perhaps the government was doing this because of the anti-government
protest
schemes, acts, talks, discussions, interviews of the NLC president. I mean, I think I'd like to start with Nehemiah this time around. This was big news some days ago, and it was shocking. You know, they say when you have terrorism links around you, everybody tries to be careful so that they don't, overly support you, and then they discover that you are wrong, or so that they were wrong, and then, it's a bad place. Also, some people have come out to say, hey, this is not true. This is because this man is antagonizing this government. Where do you fall?
Where I fall, this issue is a very, very critical issue.
Sensitive.
And it is sensitive. If an allegation, you have been alleged to do 1, 2, or 3 things. Number 1, there must be evidence. There must be real evidence, to prove these things. If you are being invited by the police after being alleged to have done 1 or 2 or 3 things, your own is to, report yourself to the police.
Of course.
And if you know your hands are clean, report yourself to the police.
Let the investigation begin.
Let the investigation begin. And the authorities should do the right thing. It shouldn't be the case of, as we have seen successively in the past, you want to witch hunt somebody and, you excessive charges, unthinkable charges, you pile it up on because you want to show you understand. The truth is, let investigations be done. Your evidence, let there be evidence to prove these things. We read the content of the letter Ajaero and NLC's lawyer, Femi Falana-San, wrote to the Nigerian police, requesting for details of we just want the police, you know, to be very straightforward, put out the details, let Nigerians know the truths behind the allegations. If Ajero is found, you know, guilty in all the allegations, let him face
consequences
of the music. So that is exactly how it is.
Very quickly, do you stand on the same?
The story is that during the protest, the police raided the NLC building, and they said they went to one of the shops in the building, and they discovered somebody was there who has an international Sudanese something. So they were looking for that person. Now, they've not said Ajero is the one, but that he should come and answer questions based on that. So maybe because they rented NSC building to that person, maybe that's why they are inviting him. I should just go and answer his questions. He's not guilty. The police is saying we are doing investigation. So go and respond. And I like what the lawyer says. They give the police date when they are going to go. So go and respond. Go and clear yourself. Respond, answer their questions, and let's wait and see.
But do you think they're trying to stick him in the mud?
It's difficult to say because even if they are trying to do that, he's going to come out clean. If he's not doing it, if he's not involved in such act, he's going to come out clean. Because you discover that vouching for him as great as I really do. So I like, man, be careful. You don't know people until you know them. So let the police do their work. Judiciously prove to us that he is not guilty.
Thank you.
And if he's guilty, prove to us that he is guilty.
Thank you.
So just do the work right. Let's so that everybody will be on his toe when you are acting. Let people be on their toe. If you don't do the right thing, there's one law. Somebody said, is it 10? The 11th commandment. If you're caught, you pay.
Yeah.
So if it's not caught, you go scot free.
I think they should not allow it be the case of Mayfele where they were, putting charges and withdrawing charges and
until they eventually
they should not punish people.
It means that they are looking for something to this man. Don't worry, we'll deal with you. When they put one child and they see that his group his side is not letting this slide, they will just go and withdraw that one and put another one. And what we are just asking the police to do is they should just do their job
judiciously
and do it judiciously. They should be honest with their job and not trying to entangle unnecessary. That's just they should just Nigerians.
In the long run, it will rubbish the police.
The truth is, Nigerians are interested in this case.
Yeah.
We are talking about the president
of the
labor union in Nigeria.
The number one
so
comrade in the country.
Nigerians are interested in this case, and we want the police to do their job judiciously, do their investigations, and get their evidences, and let Nigerians know exactly what is happening.
Do your job, do your investigation, and let the Nigerian people know exactly what is happening about the case of terrorism linked to the NLC president, Mr. Ajero. Final words on this show. I would like to say a very big thank you to our guests, Mr. Adekunle Aliu, with his ever lovely glasses, and to my very left, Nehemiah Nwosu. Not always available, but when he's available, it drops it on us.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much for being on the show. Most especially, thank you to our esteemed viewers. Without you, we'll definitely not be here. Without you, the table will not be round. It's round to us and to you as well. It's the round table. Thank you very much for being a part of this package. We'll be here next week, Thursday, God willing, for the last episode of the round table for the month. Hopefully, Mr. Mele Kyari would have come good with his promise, because by then you'll have just 48 hours to the end.
And the price of fuel will crash.
Stay out of trouble, guys. My name is Sheikh Godwin. The weekend begins tomorrow.
Don't be looking by the weekend. I like that, your glitch.